All right, first and foremost, I'm going to start off by saying, all praises be to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash, right? Double honor to the apostle, man. Since your brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. All right, so this video I've called it prophecy talk, yeah. Called it prophecy talk because what I'm going to do in this video is just talk about prophecy straight up. So here in 2024, we're still in this 224. There's a lot going on here, and right now you've had this election, yeah, that's happened. Trump got in, so pretty much the Axis powers in the world, China, Russia, America, these are major players in this end times, World War III that's going to happen. And we're going to watch and see the events that's going to unfold for this end times,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with one of the priest brothers, Levi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You Hebrew and what say you Hebrew.
Ratters are mouth.
Right, ratters are mouth, right? You know the brother. So yeah. Go on. You said you got something there.
Yeah, who's speaking about boxing? It's Revelation 19 and 10. So, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy.
Yeah, so the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. So that's what we're supposed to be doing, prophesying the end times, the destruction, and all of that's taking place. And guess what? It's going to be taking place all around you. It's your living colour. When we see the economic breakdowns of society, you got all these cryptocurrencies and all this stuff. You got CBDs, central banking digital currencies that the banks are adapting now, which is ushering in cashless society. That's showing you that the banks are involved with this cashless society, because major banks, all these banks, they've got their own, are bringing in their own CBDs, right? Which is your digital currency. What's a digital currency? Not physical notes. You got cash. Might have the Queen's head on it. Might have the king. Now they got the king on them, King Charles and stuff like that. This basically is, you don't have that anymore, and that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Yeah. That's revelation, and that's the mark of the beast. Because that's the system that's going to be taking place, bro. A system whereby there ain't no cash. You go if you look around in your towns, wherever you're at, your towns, your cities, you notice that the bank branches are closing down.
Yeah, all over.
Right. All over the place. They might have a sign saying, "Oh, we're going to close down on this date," and they're closing.
Yeah.
There was things coming out that pretty much people had to travel just far to get to an ATM.
Yeah.
They had to travel far to get to an ATM. Why was that? Because all of that stuff was closed down. They're closing them down. And why are they doing that? As we know, they're bringing in the central banking digital currency. It's in the name. It's actually in the name, Go on.
Yeah, it says, Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
The vision is yet for an appointed time. The prophets had visions, and then there's things are wrote down, and it's relevant to the times that we're in. That's, so the scripture says, knowing the times. You got to know the time that you're in. So when you look at, we're in the beast system, we're not, we're in the modern day pagan Roman Empire. We're not in the ancient Roman Empire. We're in the modern day Roman Empire. Okay, so you have to know that. You have to know that and know what's popping and be aware of that. Know where the hell you're at. You got these words, America, England, France and all these places, yeah. But these places that we're in right now, it's the reincarnation of the Roman Empire system. That's why they go by that. For example, the days and the months, January, February, That's all the Roman gods,
Janus.
right? Mercury and that.
Yeah.
So check this. So the planets are named after these things: Neptune, Jupiter. Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Saturnalius, Mars, the god of war, Mars, and that. So we're under the Roman system, and there's many other examples you can use, but that's just one example. The buildings. That's why the scripture says that Esau would build back up the desolate places. That's what he's done. And the elites know this because they're the ones that made it. They're the ones that set it up. They're in love with Rome.
That's it. So continue. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
So it ain't tarrying. So right now, yeah, Trump's got in that messed up a lot of people's heads. But we know that now, because they put Elon Musk up as an advisor, yeah, and that wasn't new because we checked it out from before. Trump has been tight with Elon Musk. Trump's been talking about 15-minute cities, flying cars, technology from the jump. He's been on all of that. So now he's come in. Oh shit, Elon Musk. This is all set up. Yeah. And a lot of these fake truther geezers, they're promoting Trump and think that the red hats is the saviors of humanity. Yeah. That's insane. That's how we know you ain't guided by the spirit of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the Father and the Son, because if you're promoting a government system, we know that you ain't in line with prophecy. Because what does prophecy state? Destruction of empires. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Real quick, it says Jeremiah 28:8 says the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right, so the prophets prophesied against countries. Egypt, Egypt, everyone likes going to Egypt. You Jakes, you niggas was into Egyptology. You still, a lot of you are still into it. So let's go down to Egypt. Let's look at the pyramids and all of this kind of stuff, yeah? Let's go, you know what I'm saying? Oh, how did they build them and all this kind of stuff? You know, it's crazy. You know, but at the end of the day, yeah, these pyramids and all that, when you check what happened, it got prophesied against, it got plagued by the Most High, and then it got ruined, and the Israelites got delivered out of it. Yeah. So what's Egypt today? It's a modern day, it's a ruin, it's an ancient ruin. So when you go there and people have trips, they're looking at the ruins, looking at a place that got plagued and cursed. So that's what the scripture talks about. The curses of Egypt are going to be on Babylon, America. Because soon, America and its beast system is going to be plagued and ruined just like Egypt. Right? What's that? What Isaiah talks about? 30, I think, and 1.
Oh, you're holding that as well. It says, that's why I just came off of it. So I can grab that again. It says Isaiah 30 from the top. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Right now, you know what that lines up with? That lines up with the image of the beast. Because a lot of the image of the beast is a system. Like if you make something in a certain image, it's just that's how it's the way of life. It's the image. You're following after his way of life. You're following after his image, right? So, because a lot of you are in the system mentally, when they bring out the chip and the digital system, you're going to accept it because you're just going to go on with whatever the go on is. Because a lot of people kind of woke up from the lockdowns and stuff, but then again, a lot of people took those shots, and a lot of people, it showed that a lot of people are ready to comply with government, with whatever that they do. So that's why they did that. because the next step is those RFID mark of the beast chips.
Yeah.
That's and remember they need to warm people up to that idea. And all this technology that we're using is part of that. The Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is a way to merge it with technology, because they've got to get you to accept the fact that you're going to put it inside you. That's a major step.
Yeah.
So they've got gradualism. They've got to gradually warm you up to that idea. And how they're doing that? Let's talk about how they're doing that, right? You can chime in when you want.
Okay.
Technology all around you, the Internet of Things. So even your mobile phone, that's the major one. Because now with your mobile phone, your whole life is on this phone.
Yeah.
You can't even lose your phone. If someone gets in it, they got your details of
reset everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Your banks, your medical, your doctor's stuff, your banking details.
Well,
even,
even like if you wanted to use some government facilities, what are they gonna do? They're gonna send you an email to get back into your your government stuff. So it's like you lose your phone, you lose everything these days, man.
That's right. So you don't now your phone was just usually to make calls and text people, and then your phone then the phone got smart, and then people probably use it for game playing and YouTube, but now they started using it for everything.
Everything, yeah.
They started now using it for banking, for government, for jobs, for medical, all their information on it.
Yeah, you've got what do you call it? I forget the name of the app, but basically like you can actually accept card payments on your phone these days, where you literally tap a card on the phone and it will charge the card and stuff like that.
So you got your smart pays. People will go out and use their phone and be paying with their shopping or whatever with their phone. Tap the phone. So the phone is an interface for everything.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is put that phone into a person. And guess what? I did a video. Nokia. I did a video just the other day. I did it about a year ago. I put it back up. The Nokia CEO, and I think he was at the WEF, because the WHO's like medical and the WEF is economic. The World Health Organization, and you can say these things. They might try and ban the videos, whatever. And the World Economics. I think he was at that. I don't know if he was at that or something else. The Nokia CEO, and he basically got asked a question. So that must have been set up about. Do you see about the future of it being implanted? Why did I ask him that? Because it was set up, and then he went, yeah. He said by 2030, the phones are going to be basically straight up said the phones are going to be inside you. Nokia CEO said that. I put the video up the other day. Yeah. It's right there.
So, it says Psalm 64 from 5 says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And when they're all at these forums, that's what they're doing. They're laying all of these snares and these traps, right? It says they search out iniquity. It says they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? Because everything that they've been pushing and putting together is all part of a master plan to lead people down into this direction where they're taking these devices and implanting themselves in it, which is why, for instance, as the elder was going into, if you look at a city like London, you almost can't use cash. You may want to, but you go to a Tesco, only one till accepts cash and there's no one at the till. Everything else is contactless.
Check that. Oh yeah, and they say smart cities and stuff like that. Basically, everything around you is working together with the phone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they get. Everything. I mean, if you look at them China and stuff like that, they got them models. They got that stuff on steroids, basically. They already got social credit score stuff going on. But that's what it is, the Internet of Things. Everything is just working off you. You go to a shop, now it's technology. No cash, it's tech.
Yeah.
to get food, toilet papers, using tech. Okay, you got a device, scan that. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything, the cameras, the ULEZ, everything is all tech all around you. You know?
Yeah. What did Alex Jones call it? Prison planet.
Right, that's what he called. I think he had a YouTube, no, a website called Prison Planning,
Yeah.
which I think this something called Onion bought his
The Infowars. They bought Infowars.
bought Infowars and that.
.com. Just I don't know if it was the company or just the website.
Right, and let's say you go in your house. You can go in your house, yeah, and then people have got their washing machines hooked up to their phone. People have got their heaters. You can turn up the heat up and down on your phone in your house. You can put the lights, music all off your phone.
Fridge.
Right, the fridge, the doorbell you can control by your phone and stuff like you can speak to people. It's crazy. This is what's going on. So how the fuck is that not leading up to how is that not the smart city market? Now you got people now want to jump on teaching it. It's crazy, man. Yeah. That's what the scripture says. Then you'll know a prophet has been among you. What, especially when you start seeing the UFOs and the ships over cities and that. What are you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's read.
Let me grab that for you. It says Ezekiel 33. I'll start from 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Yeah, go speak on something.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, so was you about to?
No,
yeah.
Speak
so
on
yeah, I was saying because that bit you're speaking about how for the longest time, starting off with the apostles on down, these things have been spoken about but for the most part, Jake has kind of just been, oh yeah, that's deep, but not really taking this seriously, right? Whereas like now, as more and more of these things happen in the world, right? For instance, as the apostles say as well, the scoffers ain't scoffing as much as they used to, because they're seeing it as like, oh snap, the whole infrastructure is being put together.
Yeah.
Like right now, over the last couple of days, like you mentioned the UFOs, they've been having UFO summits, and not summits, but meetings about it in Congress and all of them places there.
Check that, yeah. Recent ones.
Yeah. Bro just posted it in the chat.
Have to do a show on that if no one's done it.
Yeah.
The Congress UFOs.
Yeah. Pentagon's UFO report finds 21 cases that can't be explained.
Right, can't be explained, because that's the angels of the Lord. The scripture says that the eyes of the Most High are upon the sinful kingdom. The eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, the eyes of the Most High is the angels in the ships, looking and scouting over this weird, this kingdom's weird and it's eerie. That's what's going on here. The Lord, the Most High's got the angels watching over this place, but because it's a completely demonic pagan system, as you know now. Everybody's finding out all these things that's going on. The child trafficking, the this, the that, the lewdness, all this stuff that they're doing. It's all coming out. It's all out there in the public. It's all out there in the public. So you can't escape the truth. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So pretty much we are just marching on to the finish line. That's what we're doing. We're marching on to the finish line, man. That's exactly what we're doing. And that's what we're supposed to do. Gird up thy loins. Matter of fact, get me the scripture, put on the whole armor of the most, put on that, give me that.
It's Ephesians 6 from verse 10.
Yeah.
Says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
So we're strong in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's how we rock. That's how we get down. We believe in the scriptures. We believe in the Most High God. Right, and while this demonic kingdom, you got the Illuminati and all these kind of people, the elites bringing it, all of that, all of this stuff that's going down. Yeah, while they're on all that, what are we doing? We're strong in the Lord, bro. We're strong in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, which you're supposed to worship Yahweh Shai, which the scriptures tells you that. It tells you that the angels worship, all of that. When Yahweh Shai was crucified and stuff like that, you know, he's above the, like, come on, man. It tells you straight up in Hebrews 1, which is a whole nother lesson. Some I might touch on it, I might not. But we could even get into some of that, man, because you got to understand what's going on here. You got the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, yeah. The Holy Spirit is the angels, Yahweh Shai is the chief son of the Most High that is to be worshipped. Yahweh Shai prayed to the Father, he called on the Father. You know what I'm saying? So when it says they're one in spirit, in agreement. It's simple, man. What carry on with that?
So Ephesians 6 and 11, put on the whole arm of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood. So pretty much in our daily lives, in the daily lives that we got, and just being out there, spirits are going to fuck with you, whether it's mentally, you know, putting thoughts in your head and stuff like that. But that's why because a lot of the people in the world are not aware of that. If you watch that, the pastors always mention the movie Jacob's Ladder. Because even Jacob's Ladder deals with the spirit realm anyway. Okay, because it goes deep. You got ley lines and you got portals over them places.
Yeah.
So a portal, what's coming through it in Jacob's Ladder, it had angels and demons coming through these things. So when you watch that movie, he went to the club and he's seen people look like he's seen things that people don't normally see. So when you come in the truth now, you're aware of that stuff.
Yeah.
So now you're battling. You know, you're not just battling you're battling the seen and the unseen, because the Lord's put you on a level to understand that. And then what do? You rebuke that stuff in the name of the Lord.
That's it.
Okay, so we're spiritual warriors. We're fighting the seen and the unseen. You know. While the people in the world, them things are just jumping on them.
Yeah, they embrace it.
They embrace it.
Yeah.
Right.
They embrace it.
Go ahead.
Yep. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
And since you mentioned that goes into the Illuminati. They make buildings and cults and all that for Satanism. So we need to embrace it, especially the elites. They worship Satan and Baphomet and different spirits and all these different gods of Palo, whatever they worship, right? Modern day gods, pagan, whatever they're into. Baal. Let's even say well, they got their gods, they got their demonology and that. They've got like Hecate and all that. That's a heavy one that they're using. That's like an elite for the elites to worship that. Do heavy sacrifices to that one. Sacrifice animals in the south of England and all that.
Right.
There's the reports all down. There's a place called the Devil's Hill or something in England and that. There's a lot of crazy shit going on out here where the elites are at. Just like you had that movie, The Wicker Man. That's real.
Yeah.
You know?
You go always, there's a saying that Apostle Ramlab says every now and then. I forgot who originally said it. But basically it's along the lines of these elites say we only need to hide the small lies because the incredulity of the people hides the big lies. So when we're basically speaking about the Wicker Man, or we're speaking about, you know, these sacrifices that people in the world, they're like that can't be happening, but it is.
Yeah, that spirit, you know, really, and all that. But that's because you're not on a level. The scriptures talks about the eye self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Having the ability to see stuff that people don't see. That's why even in the Apocrypha, it says that we're illuminated. Which because you can be on the right hand side with There's the spirits of GMS lit candle. We're the light bearers of light.
Yeah.
We represent the light. And they represent darkness, and that's why everything they're doing is hidden. It's all in, these sacrifices and that they're doing, and rituals. They're doing it in the darkness. Okay. And society is dark and all that, man. Anyway, let's read on what we got here.
Because we were just talking about brightness. This is in reference to Yahweh Shai. It says, I, Yahweh Shai, have sent mine angel. It's like Revelation 22:16. I, Yahweh Shai, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star.
Is the root, Yahweh Shai is the root and offspring of David, because Yahweh Shai came from the line of David. Okay, so Yahweh Shai was conceived by Joseph and Mary had sex. He came from the line of David. He said he'd come from the seed of David. You come from the root. Now, guess what? The Yahweh Shai wasn't popping women and all that. Because you got these people, oh yeah, the line of, all this, and then the Ethiopians try and creep up in there. That's rubbish. That never happened. That's not in the scriptures. That never happened. So, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai came on the earth to do his job, and he did it. He knew what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? He knew that he was going to be crucified. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is coming up. If we stay on that point, we can go into Hebrews 1. But then we can go back into the prophecies of up to date. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's read Hebrews 1. And then we'll jump into some prophecies and stuff like that.
Okay, so then, would you want me to start from the top?
From the top, yeah.
This is Hebrews 1 from the top. So the Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in...
So that they show you that in the Matrix. Remember when Neo went in, he had the oracle, the black woman and that in there. She was the oracle and shit. And she was just living in a regular black New York or wherever that it was. So the prophets is gonna be men. And then guess what? You get men, women, and children of the elect that are special, and they get visions and stuff like that. The Lord opens up their mind and stuff like that to get visions. That's in
dream, man,
get that. That's Joel. I think 2's got one. Yeah. Is it 2 and 27 or something like that? There's 2.
Close. Yeah. It says Joel 2 and 28. It says, and it shall come to pass.
Right there, right there. Right
says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your younger men shall see visions.
So you get people that have dreams of America being destroyed and Europe. Now guess what? Because there's going to be a third world war. Now, there's a lot of movies that depict America getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do these movie directors, small acts, depict America being destroyed? Because the prophecy, it's from the Bible. They're aware of this. Terminator, what was it called? It was called Judgment Day. Yeah. Terminator Judgment Day. It's called Judgment Day, and America gets nuked by thermonuclear destruction. And that's just one movie. There's multiple amounts of movies. There's one movie, what the fuck was it called? Damn. I can't remember my name, but some of these movies in the ages. But it was like one of these end times. What the hell was it called? It's not there. It's not there right now.
What was it about? What happened?
America being destroyed. But yeah, America gets destroyed in the end. But even remember you had those movies like what was it called now? And they had London is Falling. And then you had that one, and then Olympus is Falling. Yeah. Those showed that as well. Yeah. The destruction of America and stuff like that. Because this is what these things are going to happen. Chinese troops, Russian troops going at it with Western troops. You know what I'm saying? A nuclear war, come on, man. It's all popping off.
Sure. That's it. This is back in Hebrews 1 and 2. It says, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person.
The Yahushua is the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person. So when you see Yahushua, basically you see the Father. But the Most High, like, you can't put him into it. He's just, come on, man. Yahweh, he exists. But Yahushua is his son. So him, there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he hath by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee? It says, and again I will be to him a father, and he will be to me a son.
There you go. So you got a father and you got a son. And Yahushua is over the angels. And the scriptures clearly tells you that the angels worship him. And he's over them. And guess what? We're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. So we're going to be, over the the angels,
Okay.
which we are the first fruits anyway. Which so there you have it. Now what I want to do is go back into these prophecies here, because that's what it's called. But the stream's called. And I'm gonna wrap up in a minute, but so we're going into some prophecies, right? And the main prophecy is the mark of the beast, like we were saying. So now that you've got Trump in, yeah, and he's put his advisor, one of his advisors, Elon Musk. The other advisor he's got, I did a video on that. I'll probably do a short one, so I can't remember his name, but he's all about the borders. And before Trump got in, he said if Trump got in, he would draconian style lock the borders. He said that. Then all of a sudden he gets in, and then Trump appoints him because he was just supporting Trump in the back. But then it's all set up. He said you start instantly deporting people. So you got the technological, and you got the border patrol. That's a perfect. Everybody that's in there is perfect for a grid for the grid.
Yeah, 100%. When you look at Elon Musk, his companies are all NWO companies, man. Neuralink, Starlink, Starshield, and everything. And when you look into it, it's not even like he's the brains behind it. These are all government subsidies, and he's set up basically. Elon Musk is set up.
Yeah, he's set up. He's just a face. He's a puppet, man.
Puppet, yeah. Weird.
And that's what. Yeah, he's a weird geezer. He's a weird geezer, and he's a puppet.
Yeah. I
feel one of the brothers said, Yahweh said, I believe his name is Tom Horan. I think that might be the geezer. Right. You got it.
Yes, this is 2 Ezra 15 from the top. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I'll put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right? And so that's what we're doing. We're speaking the words of prophecy, because this is the time that we're in. Right? Switch says in Joel, was it 2 or 3? Right? That we should be, a trumpet. Right? But, blow your trumpet. Right? So that people are warned and understand exactly what it is that's about to happen in these last days. All right? Are you need pal?
Have you got it?
I've just reached back for the Yeah. It is according to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And that's it, man. It's like we, through the Spirit, we'll be making these shows and everything, and we don't sway and we don't hide things. Right? If it's written in the scriptures, we tell people of them. Right? Otherwise, pursuant to Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, right? That's on us. If we don't let people know what's happening. right?
Yeah, our job is to let people know what's going on, and if they reject it, then it's on them.
Some of them, yeah. Yeah. Let me goes and say that in verse 4, so I'll read 3 and then 4. It says, Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Anytime you watch one of them end time films, people don't know what to do. They're running around. You got government alerts. People try and run to the government centres and all that, bases and stuff like that. But you're not going to be able to do that, especially when you're America. Even if you're in a bunker, your doomsday bunkers and prepping. You might run to a government facility. It's all going to be nuked, and the nukes are going to hit so heavy over there that all of that's going to be burnt up. Your bunkers are going to be burnt up. That's how much missiles are going to hit that place. Now, a lot of y'all in Europe and in places, or just different places that survived the nukes, in remote places and stuff like that, what's going to happen to you? That's when the Lord and the angels, when the elect, when we get beamed up, because we're going to get beamed up globally from all this hell that's going to be taking place on planet Earth, because you're going to have cannibalism happening on planet Earth. Right now, you got a farmer strike thing that's supposed to be taking place Tuesday, where they're going to say, well, we're going to block off all of this. We're going to farm. There's going to be nothing coming in. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. Farmer strikes. There's going to be famine, riots happening. People that are just dissatisfied with government. You already got the Trump thing, the blue versus the red states and all that. The vision. They made a movie, America's Divided. And it was all about that. Rebel type of people with weapons and all guns and all that. Because you got the whole gun law thing going on in the States. So there's going to be chaos popping off. You're going to have, when the script in 2nd Esdras, it says 15 actually.
Yeah.
It talks about when they shall not regard their kings and princes. But let's just read on now.
Read on, okay. Right, so 2nd Esdras 15 and 5 says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more.
Your wickedness has polluted the whole earth. The chopping off, the little boy will chop off his rod and say, oh, that's a girl. Man, fuck that. We ain't with that. We ain't with that. The Most High ain't with that. It's not in the scriptures, man. The Most High ain't dealing with that. There's so much mad shit going on right now in the planet, man. This place needs to get reset. GMO foods and stuff things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's straight up. Right, yeah, look at this. So see this, where you gotta have this, where you gotta have the gadgets and shit. There's so much GMO foods. The earth's polluted. They got rubbish. They throw rubbish out in space. They throw rubbish in outer space. Who the fuck would do something like that? Only that's what it tells you, man. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
They're talking about all this pollution on the planet and all these rubbish heaps and islands full of rubbish and that. They do it. They throw it there.
Yeah. And then now we've got to use paper straws. But it's like I always say, I put my rubbish in the bin. How does it end up in the middle of the ocean? I didn't put it there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So they pull it there and then they're blaming you. And that's part, matter of fact, that's part of your footprint. They've got something called, I can't remember what they call it, but basically it's your footprint. So what they're saying is you're polluting, you as a person, you're polluting the earth. So we need to tax you and limit what you're doing on the planet. That's your carbon taxes and all that, and your global footprint. And that's where your global warming and all that comes in. They start taxing everything because they're saying that you guys are polluting the earth yourself. So now we just have to tax you. That's part of the New World Order.
Yeah.
So they're using the medical when they had the lockdowns, because the outbreaks, plagues, all in the scriptures. They're using the brothers of the carbon footprint. GMS Prisoner Hope 144. They're using your carbon footprint. They're using economics, all these facets to bring in this new world order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it says, verse 8, it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So we complain unto the Most High. Say, look, Lord, Yahweh Shai, man, when we're praying, when are you going to bring this system down? This system is unfair.
Wicked.
It's wicked. It's out of whack. There's no justice being done in this system. It's unjust. Every system, everything's unjust. There's no righteous judgment being taking place in this system, man.
And then also you got a precept like with Lot, it says, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know, we'll be out and about. You might see two dudes holding hands. I was at the office the other day. It was like, oh yeah, and this guy and his boyfriend. I was like, you kind of short circuit. Those aren't words that should be following each other. His boyfriend. Like, what are we talking about here? You know.
Right, then you got your pronoun thing and your alphabet thing. You know, then you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you get a little boy or girl to go, I identify as. They just tell you some made up shit.
Yeah. And certain of them, it's like, they'll be like, what, he, they? And I'm like, wait, they, that's plural. We used to call that bloody, but, that used to be a disease, like, mental health disease.
Yeah, that's spirits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you say I'm multiple people, back in the day, they'll put you in a fucking mad hole.
Yeah.
So how is it that all of a sudden you can say I'm they? It doesn't make sense. So then but if they is, you got spirits on you.
Yeah.
I'm they. That's in the scriptures, man. Yeah.
Oh man. But continuing on, verse 9 says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues.
By the way, so that goes, you see all these UFOs that are being seen that are terrorizing NASA, shaking NASA up and all that. And you know what I mean? Because NASA's all about that, watching for the angels. That's what they're doing. So they're coming out and admitting to you now, oh, by the way, we've been watching UFOs the whole time. So they know what they are, right? They know it's the chariots of the gods. They made a documentary called that. The Apostle always brings out chariots of the gods. So they're aware of what they are. They just wasn't telling you. You know what I'm saying? They just wasn't telling you what it is. So the top elites, they know what's going on. Like in that movie, put the clip of it back in the day, and he went, we've got to confirm. He was watching chariots, and he said, wipe it off the system. And he went, sir, why would we do that? He said, just say it was a meteor. Then when he went in the elevator and he made a phone call to whoever the top guys, the president or whoever he did it, he said, we've got a confirmed angel. A confirmed angel. That's what he said. That was in that, I can't remember the name of the film, but it's up on here. Somewhere.
So it says, but I'll bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague. And
so when we talk about mourning and all that, there is going to be trucker strikes. Trucker strikes will collapse this. How are you going to eat food? What are you going to do? A lot of you ain't on the grid, off the grid. But pretty much in England, no one's really off the grid. That's how locked down England is. Yeah. England, you really got no off the gridders in here. It's fucking controlled. Nope. All the land's private land. Then you got a couple of people in motorhomes. The number of people in motorhomes is low. You know, it's only about 200,000 or something.
Right.
Or 100. It's fucking low. Matter of fact, Google it for me. See this? It's so low, it's ridiculous. So nobody's off the grid here. That's how controlled it is. So you're going to be fucked. You know, using the UK are going to be fucked. It's not a free country. It's one of the most locked down. There's the most cameras here than anywhere else.
Especially, I think, even in like England, you can't just camp anywhere.
You can't just camp. You can't camp. So so those motorhomes, yeah, they've got places they're allowed to go, but then even it's getting shut down now. I was watching a documentary on it now where it's actually getting banned. So they don't really know. A lot of them don't know what to do. There's little bans coming in that they can't even do that.
Yeah.
They actually had the reports and the legislation. I can't remember it because there's so much going on. I'm gonna go back and check it. But there's legislation now that you can't even actually be doing a motorhome thing.
Right.
They brought it in, or they're bringing it in. I had actually the video where I had the legislation up.
Right.
You got the figures?
Yep. So it says from the Caravan and Motorhome Club. It says figures from the NCC state that in Britain there are 550,000 caravans and 205,000 motorhomes.
It's not a lot at all, and that's people have got caravans. Some people have got caravans, but they actually live in a house.
Exactly. Yeah.
Some people got motorhomes that live in a house. They just to use it just for like a trip.
Yeah, holidays and that.
A lot of people with money get motorhomes because they're expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are not even off gridders or nothing.
They're luxury vehicles. You're talking a couple, maybe like near 100 grand almost. Certain of those caravans, like a new one's gonna cost money.
They cost dough. So even with that, a lot of them they're not even off gridders. So it's even lower than that.
Exactly.
So and then they got the ULEZ stuff now. They got all this stuff. You're driving a car, you're just getting an automatic fine.
Yeah.
People don't know what to do.
Yeah. and they're purposely choking the city by saying that only residents can go down certain roads. So everyone's just stuck on the main road, which means everyone's just stuck in traffic. So eventually people are just going to be like, I don't need a car. So they're almost forcing your hand, if you will.
Then you got the 20 miles per hour.
Yeah.
They was pushing at 20 miles per hour everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's demonic.
Then in Oxford, they actually, I think they was tried in the 15-minute cities, but people kind of rebelled against it, so they kind of scrapped it.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for instance, when you look at Canary Wharf Group, they outwardly say that this is going to be a great 15-minute city. That's been on like their professional social accounts, like on their LinkedIn and stuff. They've explicitly said a 15-minute city. You know.
Check that.
Yeah. So just carry on. It says, back in 2 Ezra 15 and 12, it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
So, and in all this, we're rejoicing actually, because in the kingdom, we're not going to have to deal with this. In the kingdom is going to be peace. You know, the city of peace, right?
That's it. That's what it says. Real quick, Hebrews 13 and 14 says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Right, here we have no continuing city. Because let's say, and that's how we know a lot of you worship the image of the beast. You messed up that Trump's got you. But we've been telling you there's going to be chaos. This ain't the place. This ain't it. They got these nukes. They're going to use them. So the scripture says, this ain't your rest.
Yeah.
It says that as well. This ain't your rest. This ain't it. This ain't where, I'm going to retire. And feet up in the sand and all that. And, and all these retirement plans. Because this place is going to get fucking done, bro. They've got all these agendas, 2025, 2030. They've got them to put them out there. They've got it out there. 2025 agenda 2030. They want to get these new world orders in by these dates. You know what I'm saying? So think about that, man. Think about that. Brothers are putting a whole bunch of scriptures on this comment board, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of scriptures on here. Real talk.
Yeah.
Carry on, bro.
verse 2 Ezra 15:13 now says they that till the ground shall mourn, for their feet shall fall through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth
And the
nigh.
scripture says the grinding and the cease shall be ceasing now. Like all the work in the jobs and stuff like that. Matter of fact, a lot of your jobs are getting taken over by AI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they actually had a conference with that. Imagine that they had a fucking conference, yeah, with Rishi Sunak. Who's Rishi Sunak? If you're in the UK, you should know who the hell Rishi Sunak is, yeah. Rishi Sunak was the Prime Minister of the UK. Matter of fact, brothers bumped into him. He walked past one of the camps. All right. And so he's seen us, he's seen the Israelites, right? The prophets, and he had a talk with Elon Musk, with the whole British government there. You know what I'm saying? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why would they get him over here and have a talk with the British government? And you know what they asked him? They was asking him about how we're going to get AI in the legislation for AI, because they're saying AI is the future, is coming in. So we need, how we're going to get it legislated. Because everything Esau deals with is legislations. Everything in the system has to go through, has to have a legislation behind it, right? So they was asking how we're going to get AI legislated, and he was talking some hocus pocus shit. So he was kind of tripping about, you know what I mean? And the Rishi Sunak kept trying to bring it back down to planet Earth, and that's how you know that geezer Elon Musk is whacked out of it.
Yeah.
The geezer's a demon, man.
Yeah.
One time I think he wore some Baphomet t-shirt and all that. He's into all of that.
There was in I think in one Halloween thing it was like a Baphomet skin thing.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm talking about, and some stuff like that. And I think his son's trans or something like that. I think it might have changed now. But I was something like,
I do believe so.
But pretty much he said two things. He said we're letting the genie. No, he said it's a genie. He said AI is a magic genie. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Because he was basically saying you're gonna have your own personal AI, and he said basically there ain't gonna be no jobs. That's what they said. Yeah. So you don't have to do nothing. So you just be sitting in your house, and you got the AI. So that you're gonna have to be chipped.
Yeah. It's just all roads lead to the chip.
All roads lead to the chip. Matter of fact, I might redo a video on it, but remember the robot in Parliament, and they was asking it questions.
Right.
Come on, you fucking stupid people out there. But you know, a lot of people are awake. You see people on comment boards and stuff like that because of what's going on. But that's not going to. All that's going to happen is these end times are going to get worse. So everyone's not going to have a choice. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to take the mark of the beast, or you're not going to take it. Which the elect are not going to take it. Yeah. So what's going to happen? They're going to have to go off the grid.
Yeah. If I can add, I'll always remember how when it came to the juice, pretty much a lot of the people that I worked with said they weren't going to take it, right? But then in the UK they had us locked down like for 6 months straight, right? And at the end of those 6 months, everyone that said that they weren't going to take it took it just so that they could go on holiday. I need to go. It was only a little bit of pressure. So the point that I'm making here is right now, as the elder's saying, you've got people that are waking up, but they're not gonna they're gonna yield to the pressure. Well, because Jesus was gonna put that pressure and people are gonna be like, you know what, F it. I just need to do X, Y, and Z. You know?
That's exactly how they're gonna get you. It's gonna come to the point where you need to eat. You need to eat, you need to travel. You ain't gonna be able to travel unless you got that.
Yeah.
You go on a bus, no cash anymore.
Yeah.
Or you need to tap this card, you need to do that. So you're not gonna be able to eat, you're not gonna be able to travel, you're not gonna be able to do nothing.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna go, you know what? That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Because I always say, it's like I thought I was trying to budget a year or so ago, and I was only using cash in London, and then I got to a point where I was like, I physically cannot maneuver. Like they said, you'd be wanting to pay for something, and I was like, oh, sorry, don't take cash. So what am I gonna do now?
Right.
You know. So when that world comes, when your legacy banking systems aren't running anymore, once again, when we're talking about CBDCs, every country pretty much is working on a CBDC. Why?
Yeah, yeah. Why are they doing that? Why is all the banks in all the countries, every bank's talking about the CBDCs, central banking digital currency? Why the F are they doing that? Because that's exactly what the scriptures is telling you is coming. That's why it says that no man shall be able to buy or sell, save you that has the mark. That's straight and plain, that's simple. Anybody's teaching anything other than that, you're a false prophet. Straight out, you're a demon because you're a liar. And when it comes out, what are you gonna say then? You clearly ain't circumspect and discerning the times, redeeming the time. You're not you're not, because it's clearly evident with what's going on. So the scriptures must mention that, which it does. But these cats are acting like the scriptures don't mention that. So you guys are lying against, you geezers are lying against the scriptures. You adding or taking away from the scriptures like it says in Revelations. It actually says that. They're adding and taking away from the word. Because you don't want the mark of the beast to be in the scriptures.
Yeah.
You don't want the C hip, the chip, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. You don't want that to be the mark of the beast.
Yeah. And
it's crazy. They don't want that to be the mark of the beast. That's insane. Go on,
So like I was going to say, and it's, you got a guy who is championing brain-computer interface, you're going to put it, championing a brain chip in government. He's now been given a very prominent position in the current government that's there. That's one of the products he's going to be pushing. Right? Yeah, he's on a government he's not even an advisory board, he's in the government. You know? So what's he going to be doing? He's going to be saying, yo, just in the same way he says, buy my cards, they're the best cards ever. He's going to be saying, get my device, the best device ever. Right? And they're going to be, what is it? Revelation 16:14, which speaks about, the miracles. They're going to be pushing it as a miracle. Right? Look at what we can do. We've got this guy, he was paralyzed. Watch him. And Trump's going to be there, and it's the greatest thing.
Yeah, because they're using that immigrant crisis as well and stuff like that. So look, we locked the borders, we got rid of the immigrants. People like, see, that's so great. Yeah. But then with that now, it's going to be a technological lockdown. Yeah. That's how they're going to get it perfect, quote unquote. Yeah. Because you got drones, borders patrols, troops, robots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How they're not going to be able to get in? Yeah. They show you that in those futuristic movies. So that's when people have to be off the grid. That's it. So that's why it says, what does the scripture say? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Ain't they trying to do lockdowns? Yeah. Border lockdowns. You can't do this, you can't go here. Yeah. 15-minute cities. No, you can't come in. Where's your pass? It's clear, it's all in your face.
That's it. That's it. So continuing on. Just back a second, there's 15, from 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
You got that show, The Walking Dead. You got that, was it like a game? What the fuck's it called? And it shows that basically you get factions. So you're going to have rebel factions.
Oh, not Hunger Games?
Well, Hunger Games is a good one. All these movies, all these shows, Hunger Games. There's a couple of them. I can't remember what it is. But it will come back. But you got factions. So you got people that uprise against the government. So you'll have rebel factions. But people fight these different factions, looting each other for supplies. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to get. People fighting over supplies. If someone bunkers, and people might have barbed wire, guns, where people are gonna bust in that,
Yeah.
bust into houses, and take what they got. Search, go in the cupboards,
Yeah.
loot the
Marauders.
loot. Right, you have a lot of that going on. You're gonna have that going on.
Yeah. It says, for they shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and because of their action shall stand in power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
So you're gonna have them lockdowns and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You have them lockdowns. You know?
Yep. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Yeah, run up in that spot. What you got in there, you know, to show you that in the book of Eli and that. Matter of fact, to show you people committing cannibalism.
Yeah.
What's that other show? My brain, my memory. It's that bloody old school one. Damn, I forgot.
Okay.
But you know these post or pre-apocalyptic movies, I like to call them pre-apocalypse, and that's what it is. People busting in the house. What you got in there? Looking in the cupboards. You got tin tools. You know, the tin stuff.
Yeah.
Your non-perishables.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your non-perishable stuff. Pretty much if there's a lockdown and shit like that, it's good to have loads of non-perishables. Water and tin stuff.
Yeah.
Even nuts and stuff like that, they're very good. When you eat nuts and stuff like that, you can get them in. That gives you a lot of calories and a lot of nutrients in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Says did I read it?
But you know, you got Romanians, yeah. Romanians, a lot of Jakes, a lot of them Romanians, they're Israelites, man. And they be eating pistachios and stuff like that. And if you always see them, they're walking out in the street and they're eating those, they're eating some kind of nuts and stuff like that. You know, they got a lot. There's better diets in Europe.
Yeah. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread after great tribulation. Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, who are from the rising of the sun, and from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. You know?
Let's hit 2nd Ezra 9, and we'll probably close out on that one.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 9 from the top. It says,
we'll see it. The Spirit. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So the Lord's going to judge this system.
Yeah.
He's going to judge it, man. And pretty much Esau's been raised up such on a level that pretty much when you read Revelations and you read the war in heaven, that's going to be Esau and his troops and his technology and his AI, whatever he's got, that's going to be trying to fight the Lord and the angels. That's the war in heaven. That's what there's a couple of scriptures. It's not talking, when you read about the dragon and that up there, it's not talking about an actual dragon. It's representing Esau. And that's in Revelation 12 and different scriptures. Even Revelation 19 breaks it down that it's talking about the kings of the earth are going to fight the Lord. So Esau, the Most High has built Esau up to that power.
Yeah.
Where he's got all this tech, NASA, all this space defense, missile defense system, space defense, and all these space weapons.
Yeah.
They've got all that. Star Wars program and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even that show Star Wars, it shows you that the Star Wars program, you got a show called Star Wars. And what they got lasers and stuff or whatever they got. little rockets to try and shoot after you know, pretty much Esau's gonna try and stop the angels from taking the shit over.
Yeah.
Because the Lord has raised him up that big.
Yeah. He's that proud.
He's that proud, you know what I'm saying? He actually thinks he's gonna take the elites, the Rothschilds, and they're all these people, man. The Illuminati, the hidden bloodlines and all that. Them people. You know what I'm saying? They're aware of this. As a matter of fact, they study the heavens heavy. They look into the heavens.
That's Jeremiah, isn't it?
Which one you thinking?
Could measure the heavens and all of that.
Oh yeah, so basically if they can measure and count all the stars and all that and measure the heavens, and the children of Israel would be done away with. But they're not going to be able to do that. You know? So they actually do that. That's why. And they see stuff they actually see new stars, they see a galaxy or whatever they see, stars and stuff like that. Because the Lord and the angels is actually making stuff, been preparing a kingdom and other like planets and stuff for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Verse 2, 2 Ezra 9 and 2 says, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the heights will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when they shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Yeah,
like I got to say, this rulership, what you call in life on earth right now, this ain't it. In the kingdom, we're going to be in one with nature. Right now, they got animals locked in cages, drugged up, and people are just like pointing at them, and you know they're in slavery. The animals are in slavery, right? Drugged up, abused, and all that. This is all bullshit. In the kingdom, we're going to be at one with nature, in harmony with nature and life and the earth. We're going to be. The earth is going to be helping us. Fruits, nature, trees everywhere. Not what's going on right now. This ain't it. Everybody's sick. Everybody's ill.
Yeah.
People are working to die. And slavery is just slavery. You know what I'm saying?
So,
go ahead.
It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, so the Lord spoke of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this was all prophecy. When you check the statue of Daniel's, we're not going to go into we'll do another show. We'll break down the statue of Daniel's, that division that he give to Daniel. And it showed the head of gold and silver and all this in the toes, which represents now NATO, Europe, all that. 10 common markets, NATO, and all this. So we're in the end of it because the stone smit the bottom of it.
Yeah. So
we're in the last kingdom of of the heathens, the last kingdoms of wickedness before the Lord our power rules on the planet. And there's going to be no at that point. Oh, is there a God? Or there's going to be none of that because you're going to know there's a power because he's going to reveal himself.
Yeah, but verily thou art power that hidest thyself.
Right.
You know, and also this is Revelation 1 and 7 as an example as well. It says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so amen. So they're gonna know who's bringing the heat, man. You're gonna know that it was because once again the Lord has had his prophets say, and his prophets explicitly say that the Most High of Heaven Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai are gonna do X, Y, and Z. And when X, Y, and Z happens, then they're gonna know, well, the only people that said it were the people representing Yahweh, Y, Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right. Oh, what we got? We're gonna close out now. What we got in that?
Yeah. So I'll finish this real quick. Then it says, 2 Ezra 9 and 4. It says, Then shalt thou understand that Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest.
That's one of my favorite scriptures. The end is manifest. That is it's a beautiful scripture. That is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything have a beginning and an end. and the end is manifested. The end is manifest right now. With all this chaos going, look at what's going on. It's cooked. It's through.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, finished and it's done.
The good old days and all that ain't coming back. What was that? Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
That they should play that song. I can't remember. How about you? Remember that song, man?
Nah.
You don't remember that? Oh, you must be young. Man. Fucking hell. You know what I'm saying? You remember One Foot in the Grave, though?
Nah.
You remember that?
I might know it, but not by name.
Oh shit.
I'm not the best with names, anyway.
Right. Okay. So I can't remember, but yes. Oh, yeah. That show. You know, Midsummer Murders.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you ain't that young. Man. You ain't even young. You ain't even young, man. You playing that? But yeah. So that they should play that song, and pretty much it's done. It's cooked. You ain't going back to the good old days.
Yeah, we would have healed Babylon. Cannot be healed.
Yeah, that's a beautiful scripture right there as well. We would have healed Babylon, but it can't be healed. So anyway, man, we're gonna close out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna close out, and pretty much, that's it, man. We're gonna close it out, and we're gonna catch you brothers on another show. Because that's what we're here to do, prophesy.
Yes, sir.
Of these end times. Let me just.
Yes, sir. Because this man's kingdom is done, man. You know, as we touched on, you know, in Isaiah, you know, woe unto you that continue to go down to Egypt for help, man. That basically says you're down with everything that's happening here. We hate what's happening here, man. You know, there's certain times. I remember I was just speaking with Brother Napes earlier on, or maybe it was yesterday. Just meditating how, you know, you might see the animals, and the animals here are hurt, man. Right? Remember one time we just walking, sort of pigeon, right? Had one leg and stuff like that. You know, everything is groaning for this Edomite to get out of power. You know, and we're groaning too, right? So let me grab that real quick. All right, it says says 2 Peter 3 and 13. Right, it says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right, so that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for, you know, a righteous kingdom, right? Where, you know, children, I mean, we live in a world, I was saying this the other day, so we live in a world where it is known that institutions abuse children and no one does anything about it. You know? But the Lord is, but once again, that's why we're just waiting for the Lord to come back and to, you know, to put an end to all of this, because this is wickedness. All right?
That's right. That's right, man. All right, man, we're going to close out. We'll catch you usually on the next show, man. With that, I'm going to say shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.